So yeah,
pretty
some
lackluster.
possible conflict with Final Fantasy 13, but other than that,
Which
not
makes no sense to me.
basically the same. As far as being the hardest Dragon Quest game,
That's why I needed to
did they
be
forget they
clarified.
released 2?
Yeah, 2 was pretty brutal.
Well, that's post-traumatic 2 syndrome right there.
Disorder.
They just
Post-traumatic
forget.
2 disorder.
Yes.
All right, well, plot?
What plot?
Yeah, exactly.
There is a plot. We could easily just summarize it up.
It's small.
The plot is basically that they're looking for a magic fruit, and then they get the fruit, and then
There's 6 fruit.
Yeah, it's fruit.
Because at the beginning you're like training, so you're training with your mentor. He's teaching you about what you're supposed to be doing. By
he's teaching you how to be an angel.
Yeah. Angel to the people. And when you end up getting benevolence, you end up going to the fig tree to basically receive a blessing from God. I mean, the entire Jesus and pearly gates and God
there's definitely a connection
allegory
there.
is deliberate throughout this whole game for it. So,
Although it is a goddess this time.
yeah, that's the
Not a
approach they
dragon.
decide to take. But you end up going there, and it just shatters. Like, oh no, it's an earthquake. It's an earthquake.
Yeah.
The entire place crumbles and falls to the ground, and all the figs get broken up from the Yggdrasil tree.
Pretty
And
much,
so,
that's what it is.
literally, you are an angel, and you land in a town that has a waterfall, and so the place is called Angel Falls. Thank you for that pun.
The same place you were training to become an angel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Touched by an angel.
Ooh. Weren't you guys talking about Michael Jackson earlier?
Careful now.
Yeah. I might get political, but I just thought it was a funny reference.
So essentially, you end up becoming human.
Memory?
You don't really lose your memory,
Kind
but
of.
you just can't collect any benevolence because the
Benevolence.
benevolence.
Yeah.
The what's her name? I can't remember her name. Erin. She's trying to help you out because she notices that she knows who you are, but she's trying to figure out why you can't gain any from the townspeople. So you and her,
no, that's not
shit.
Erin. You mean Stella?
Stella.
Yes.
So with Stella, you end up going out and leaving the town to figure out why you can't start collecting any benevolence.
What do you guys think about Stella?
It's okay.
I really disliked her.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Didn't
high
like her
point
at
for
all.
me.
She was a low point. She was so obnoxious, I think. You guys don't feel the same?
I didn't really care about her.
Oh, man.
I didn't care either way.
Pay much focus into it.
They were always trying to do these dumb tropes with her. I don't know. I just didn't like her.
It's the Celestians. That's the race that he is.
Yeah.
You just call them angels. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. It's like the Zenithians.
So essentially, in
games.
traditional Dragon Quest fashion, of course, you end up going from town to town and per se side quests and trying to figure out what you're doing next and getting each fig fruit. So
Right. And I think the reason you're doing that is to restore the Starlight Express.
Yeah,
that transports the souls.
the train
Yeah.
between there and the Celestians,
so that's
the realm
why-
of the Almighty.
That's why you're looking for the fruit, because it powers the train.
Yeah, and the entire communication with the goddess, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the Yggdrasil tree, you're SOL. So as far as each town you go to, anything stood out too much for you guys? Like as far as the story goes, I mean, it's the traditional, knights and princesses. Sometimes the king's corrupt, sometimes the princess is corrupt, and not really a princess, and it turns out to be a random fucking doll. Yeah, it was the doll, the blonde princess.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It took the place of the actual dead princess.
Yeah, because her soul was fading.
Yeah.
I like the Wait Knight. the beginning, because he's
Oh,
trying
that
to
was
figure
a
out the
good arc.
princess, and
Yeah.
strangely enough, he's dancing with her near the end. That was pretty cool, unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. They perceived him as evil, but
Right.
he was just a misunderstood character.
Yeah.
And he only
Oh,
wanted
Lord,
to kidnap
don't let me be misunderstood.
He wanted to kidnap the princess because it reminded him of his love interest in his time period, and he was just confused. So that was a pretty interesting arc.
Yeah.
One of the better ones, I think.
Agreed. So, but you keep going from town to town, and you eventually go to the Protectorate in search of some more of the figs, because I think you got about like 2 or 3 at this point. And you figure out that the fruit has an ability to grant any wish.
Okay.
But the wishes are sometimes not always fulfilled in the same way. It's kind of like, asking Calypso after you won Twisted Metal. You're like, we'd like to fly.
Oh, yeah.
And then, dumbass jumps off the fucking roof of the building, and then Calypso pulls out 2 plane tickets. And he's like, this is how you're going to be able to fly.
It's like one of those genie things that you have to be perfectly specific on what you want.
Yeah.
Or they alter it in funny ways.
Yeah, so it figures out that each of the figs tie into like demented forms of creatures. But once you end up doing that, you gain access to the Starflight Express again. And favorite character, Stella.
Yeah.
And you head
That's
for
awesome.
the observatory. And Aquila, who is we didn't mention that, Aquila is your
That's the
master.
mentor, yeah.
And
That mentors
he's
you.
pretty much kind of a dick. Kind of a dick to you.
I don't know. I don't know if I got that vibe.
So, I kind of felt that way because, you're trying to become an angel, and he's just like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't ready.
Yeah, you're his replacement, pretty much.
Yeah, so I got the, like, jealous and envious vibe, kind of like he was. Like, you get the vibe, especially at this next event we're going to describe, as Aquila is kind of either neutral or he's evil. It's kind of like the vibe that I was getting at this point with the figs. And so when he asks for the figs, you say no, why do you need them? And then
What's funny, too, is that he disappears like throughout the story until you get to that point.
Yeah.
He's just not there.
Because the whole focus of the plot is on the figs so far.
Yeah.
That he just disappears. And
So it was definitely a big hint on where they were going with that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because he just was absent. And with no explanation, really.
Yeah. So he ends up asking for the figs, and you say, fuck no. And then he ends up just beating your fucking ass and taking the figs anyway.
Yep.
And then takes off on a badass fucking black dragon. And then that's where you figure out he takes off on the black dragon with the new antagonist.
Well, yeah. I thought he joined up with the
and
dude
so
riding
you
the
actually,
dragon.
get a new, what was its name? I can't remember. It's been a while. No, the new antagonist with Aquila teams up with.
I'm not sure.
Lieutenant Hootingham Gore.
Oh, right.
The fucking owl. The owl guy. The mage owl.
Yeah.
Every Dragon Quest
He's
enemy
one
is
of a trio.
a dragon or a goddamn, mage.
Yeah.
For some reason. But, yeah, it's an owl mage.
What was the
I'm
other
half
ones?
owl, half mage.
There were 2 other ones that were a part of that.
Yeah, it was the trio of people that...
But I can't think of which animals they were. Owl.
Oh, hi there. I hope you enjoyed this clip from Puff Puff Hour, a Dragon Quest podcast. If you happen to like what you see, you should subscribe. We have full podcast episodes detailing the main series of Dragon Quest 1 through 11. Oh yeah, and if you like the content, you should check out our other shows from All Out Geekdom Entertainment. We have Nude Clan and Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. Or, Dragon Quest.